The power branch of the Sorcery tree gives even more offensive tools for champions. Each one of these runes has a unique identity and a different playstyle that prefers it. In this video, I'll be talking about Scorch, Waterwalking, and Gathering Storm, including their use cases and when you'd want to take them. The first rune is Scorch. Every 10 seconds, your next damaging ability that hits an enemy champion deals 15 to 35 bonus magic damage based on level after 1 second. This is a rune for champions that want to boost their early game damage significantly at the cost of not having as much power in the late game. This is a very powerful rune on champions with low cooldown poke abilities like Malphite, Zed, or Rumble, who also have strong laning phases. Champions with stronger late games such as Lux or Vladimir will prefer the scaling of Gathering Storm. However, even on those champions, if you're playing against a team that scales very poorly and you just need to survive the early game and your late game is assured, then taking Scorch over Gathering Storm should be a consideration. Overall, if you want to bolster your champion's early game spell damage, then Scorch is a powerful choice. The second rune is Waterwalking. Gain 25 movement speed and 3 to 18 AD or 5 to 30 AP adaptively based on level while in the river. This is yet another jungle rune meant to boost junglers' ganking as well as objective control. This rune is most effective in the early game, as later, efficient clearing and ganking isn't as important. However, one of the most important events for a jungler, for Scuttle Crab spawn, is where this rune shines. Getting the crab a couple seconds early and having an extra 5.5 AD or 9.5 AP can allow you to get the upper hand on the enemy jungler, forcing them off crab or potentially getting a kill with the enhanced movement speed this rune gives. One thing to note is that the patches of water that spawn around the map with Ocean Soul will also proc Waterwalking, which will improve clear and rotation time. Overall, if you want to be able to gank more effectively and have extra power when contesting Scuttle Crabs, Dragons, or Baron, then Waterwalking is a very strong rune. The last rune is Gathering Storm. Every 10 minutes, gain AD or AP adaptively. This is a rune for champions that scale very well with raw stats, or champions that want to be able to scale into the late game better. When compared to Scorch, this rune scales it at 20 minutes. However, before 10 minutes it gives no value, so if you think a game will be short, Scorch will usually be a better option. However, Gathering Storm is still a better option if the game goes longer than 30 minutes. In addition, junglers who can't take advantage of Waterwalking as well, such as Evelynn, might prefer Gathering Storm over Scorch or even Nimbus Cloak. One thing to note is that the amount of stats you get per 10 minutes goes up exponentially as the game goes on, so every time this rune triggers, you'll feel the effects more and more. Overall, if your champion enjoys a strong boost to their core damage stats, then Gathering Storm is a high tier option. To conclude, Scorch is a very strong rune for laners in the early game. Waterwalking is powerful on junglers during the early game, as well as during Dragon and Baron fights, and Gathering Storm gives a huge amount of stats as the game goes on. Thank you for watching.